Hi and welcome in this video in which we are going to install Blender 2C2i in your Blender version. Let's start by extracting the archive with the new Blender 293. So we have a clean installation. Continue. Then rename it just to satisfy my OCD. Okay, we can open it and copy inside the folder where is the blender.exe file all the archive content, these 4 files. Copy and paste. Fine. Now we can click on Blender 2C2i and we can rename it 293 in this case, because I have already set up a Blender 2C2i.exe file. To avoid conflicts, let's rename it in case you have multiple versions. Let's import settings from my previous version. Let's wait. Extensions loaded. Okay, working fine. Let's close it. Okay. Then let's try to open an ABC file. Open with. You can see my previous installation. 279.2. Let's select another exe. Blender, program files, Blender Foundation, 293, Blender 2C2i, 293. Okay. It will start with the Avocado file. ABC loaded. Okay. Let's do the same with .blend. You can see there is Blender default and Blender 292. Let's add Blender 2C2i 293. Here it's already set up in the context menu. This software is configured to create a context menu voice with the name of the folder in which you place the exe file. .blend is working too. DAE is working too. FBX working. We can try a 3DS. 3DS is not working with version past the 279, so we have to use that version to open. It works fine. You can see in the import there is a 3DS. This option is missing from the version after this. We can open 3DS with 292, for example, and nothing will show up. You can see there's an error. Could not be found the importer. You can just import the 3DS file in the 279 and save it as .blend. Let's repeat the action for our next 3D file. Blender 293, okay. And we can see the X3D file correctly loaded. Close. Now you can see the option shows up. We can also try to open a file with an older version of Blender. For example, this GLB with the 279. And as you can see, nothing shows up. Why? Because the 279 doesn't have the importer for GLB files, as you can see here. There is no GLB. Let's close it and try with FBX. Open with 279. Here it is. Okay. And here it is. A bit small, but here it is. Okay. Now we have to clean the mess we made by adding a non-compatible version. So let's extract the archive file types man. There should be a default program editor. Okay. Let's click on file type settings and then change open with programs. Search for GLB. And now we have two versions. It's a 50-50, so delete one of them and check it. GLB, open with, we've been lucky, 292, okay, I deleted the correct. Now we can clean the 3DS. As we said, it's not compatible with versions after 279. So let's remove the 292, file settings, change, let's search for 3DS, okay, double click and remove one of them. Also Photoshop, I don't like it. Delete, save, okay. And now we can check. Wrong one. Okay, let's delete this too. Oh, 3DS again. Photoshop came back. Okay, you won. And now we have to add it again. Only 279. Always open. Okay. Fine. Now it's the default for 3DS. Close. Now we can edit the PI file. Here there are a lot of settings. These are from the official documentation, so you can click the links on top of each section. As you can see, here is the load UI for blend files. This allows you or not to load the UI set by other users in case you open blend files from other users. If you want to keep that UI, you can just comment this or set it to true. You can edit all these settings by uncommenting, removing the first character. The values you see are the default ones. A useful parameter in the FBX is the global scale. You can set it between 0.001 to 1000, and it's a multiplier that will scale up or down your object when you open it. Now let's set it to 1, save the file and try to open an FBX. Open with 293, remember the version. This file is personal for each installation, so you have to change it. This is the scale, default scale 1. Let's set it to 10, save, and open the FBX again. 293. Here it is. We can see it's bigger. Let's set it to 100, save, and open with 293. Load, and as you can see, it's huge now. 100, 10, and 1. On save, okay, and let's set it back to 1. You can do it manually or just commenting the row. Comment save. Fine, now we can change another setting. Here at the bottom of the file we have these options to load the default, the factory settings before opening a file. As you can clearly see, these are version related, so you can enable this if you have a wrong version, otherwise it will crash. This is the factory, this is the default, and these last two are for showing or not the splash screen when you open Blender. The third is for a version before 2.8 and the second for versions after 2.8. And there at the bottom you can see that 3DS are not supported after Blender 2.79. Okay, let's close and try to open a apply file. Let's set 293. No, not default, okay. And as you can see, it's very small. We can go to the Pi file. Where is it? Okay. And search for apply. And as you can see, there is no option for scaling, so we have to keep what we have. Never change file path because it's automatic. Now we can edit the config file. Here you can find a few settings. I'm going to show you what are the settings. The first one, Windows X start position, is the X of the left bottom corner. The Y is Y, vertical. Windows width and Windows height. So it's the resolution. You can set it to full screen by inputting your screen resolution. Let's close. Okay, run Blender, and this is a 2K resolution with a distance from the border of 640 and 480 from the bottom. My screen is 4K, so it's correct. You can set start full screen to true, and you can open it full screen. Personally, I ate it, so I'm going to set it back. I think this is everything you have to know, so thanks for watching, and you can download it at the link in the description. Bye bye, have a nice day.